Sixers have pulled to within 9. They've trailed by as many as 12. King hard to the hoop. Kaminsky with the defense. Anderson stepped down the line. It'll belong to Chicago. And Will Perdue is coming into the ball game for Stacey King. Will Perdue averaging 15 points a game in the playoffs.
Well, he played one ball game against Milwaukee and came off the bench in Game 4 at 15. Here's Ron Anderson trying to save it and stepping on the line. Will Perdue will be matched up against Kaminsky.
Armstrong now played by Scotty Brooks. There's Jordan all alone for a three.
See if Philadelphia scores here. It's a 7-point ball game, and Chicago's had their way. They've dominated.
Barkley goes for three.
See, I just don't like that shot by Charles at this stage. I think he's settling for something that's going to be there all night long rather than trying to get inside. The Bulls have 14 fouls, so the rest of the quarter they're going to be shooting free throws. Not a good shot for Barkley to take.
8:12 remaining, second quarter. Bob Neal, Doug Collins with you from Chicago Stadium. We continue the playoff coverage on TNT. Doubleheader coming your way tomorrow night. Pippen hands it to Jordan. Being shadowed for the moment by Anderson. He lost him, then missed the jumper.
You know, Michael Jordan's a guy that can get his shot anytime he wants to. I mean, you can play him however you want to play him. He can still get his own shot. It's a great weapon to have.
Scotty Brooks played by B.J. Armstrong. Into Kaminsky, who's against Perdue. They isolate that time. 6 on the shot clock. Kaminsky with his fadeaway.
Well, that's a good sign for the Philadelphia 76ers. Kaminsky getting the ball in the post. He scored twice now down there, and he's also hit a shot. So Mike Kaminsky coming alive a little bit. And again, Bob, a 7-point ball game, and really Chicago has had the upper hand the whole game.
Jordan against Anderson. Here comes Brooks for the double. He finds the open man who's Armstrong. He buries the jumper.
That's what B.J. can do. B.J. right now, not a point guard who's going to create or set up your offense. He's going to be a guy who can step up and make the open shot off the double team. He, Paxson, Hodges, great compliments to Michael Jordan.
Lob into Barkley, tipped away by Grant. Thornton with the tip in off the Anderson miss. His first 2 of the night. Bulls by 7. Jordan just weaved his way through everybody. He's 7 out of 12, has 15 points.
You see, Ron Anderson can't play him. It's not that Ron Anderson doesn't want to, but he just does not have the speed and quickness to do it. They're going to have to get the ball out of Michael's hands.
Barkley on the give and go to Anderson. Nice play. Thornton is down.
And now up.
Yeah, I thought they were going to have a 5-on-4, but no. There's Jordan isolated against Anderson again. No help. Kicks it out to B.J. Armstrong.
See again, spot up Michael on the penetration. The minute the double team occurs, Barkley with a bad pass, and B.J. nails the shot.
Barkley with a rebound. He has 7 rebounds. Bulls by 9. Barkley has 11 points, even though he struggled from the field. See Philadelphia with 6 turnovers. Foul away from the ball. Mahorn's going to check back into the ball game for Philadelphia. We have a timeout on the floor.
Timeout, Chicago.
Bob Neal and Doug Collins back with you at Chicago Stadium.
Let's take a look now at B.J. Armstrong. B.J. is going to space the floor nicely. Michael on the penetrating drive, and will stop it as he gets in the lane and forces Scotty Brooks to give help. So here's Michael on the drive. Here's Scotty Brooks. He's coming to give help. You see it. Good spacing here. The dish out and the wide open jump shot by B.J. Armstrong.
Armstrong has 4 points thanks to being the man left open. That last personal right before the timeout was on Will Perdue of Chicago. 5:38 remaining in the first half of play. The Bulls with a 9-point lead. They got out to an early lead of 11. Then Michael went to the bench. Philadelphia closed back into 5. Jordan returns. The lead goes back up here now to 9 points.
I think when you talk about this series, you know, Ed Nealy has not been in the ball game yet. If this series starts to get a little rough, You can count on seeing Ed Neely. He played very well against Milwaukee. Phil Jackson is right now going with Stacey King. Stacey's had a couple shots around the basket that he shot very quickly. He's gone away from contact. He's not gotten on the boards. That's what he's going to have to give this team. He needs to come in. He's 6'10". He can score, Bob. He could be a big contributor in this series for the Chicago Bulls.
Cartwright back in for Chicago. Mahorn in for Philadelphia. Mike Jaminski, who is basically a perimeter center. He's not a real post-up power. With the switching of the Chicago defense, you might see him down low a little more tonight, though, than usual.
Well, if he gets Pippen on him, he can play low. If he has Cartwright, he'll probably play out on the floor. A guy like Jack Sikma caused Cartwright problems when he played him by getting out at the three-point line. Bill has difficulty covering out there.
Bulls in the penalty. Sixers have yet to commit a team foul. Philadelphia 10 of 13 from the line. Chicago has shot and made only one free throw. Cartwright spins in on Jaminski. The jump hook goes down for Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright's playing big right now. 9 points, doing a super job, both offensively and defensively.
Now Hawkins with Jordan on him, looking for Jaminski against King.
Hawkins has to be very careful entering the ball in the post. Michael Jordan will steal that pass.
Jaminski's jump hook. Cartwright's rebound. He has 4 rebounds to go with his 9 points. Now we've got Anderson and Hawkins. That left Stacey King open. Sixers had to foul. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug and I will be selecting the Miller Lite player of the game.
That was the first strong move that Stacey King has made to the basket tonight. Michael with a nice little dish on the screen roll. He found Stacey. Stacey went up strong. Now it's important for him to step up there and knock in these 2 free throws. We know how important free throw shooting is in the playoffs. Right now, Philadelphia getting to the line more than Chicago. But they probably will, because they're going to be a team that gets the ball inside more. Chicago, a team that lives a little bit more by the jump shot.
Mahorn picked up the personal. Off the miss, it'll belong to Philadelphia. 4:43 to go, first half. Bulls by 10. Tough to dig out of that hole on the road. Philadelphia finding that to be true. Brooks now getting a little of his medicine, and that's the mosquito-like defense of B.J. Armstrong. Brooks taking it to the hole, getting the basket as he got around B.J. Armstrong.
You know, he really didn't look to be an offensive player in the Cleveland series. Scotty Brooks has 3-point range. He's quick. He can make that little floating shot.
Dawkins will be back in momentarily for Philadelphia. 8 on the shot clock for the Bulls. From 18. Jordan misses. Mahorn rebounds.
He scored here. It's a 6-point game. I know I keep saying that, but you know, Chicago's really dominated here.
Brooks launches from long range. King has the position and the rebound.
Did a nice job that time keeping Ricky Mahorn on the offensive boards. Mahorn been very quiet in this ball game.
Mahorn has only 2 points. Right against Jaminski again, all by himself. The jump hook, not this time. Jaminski had the board stolen by Stacey King. Armstrong running it for Chicago.
This is to get Cartwright the ball in the post.
Hawkins broke up the pass. Now 7 on the shot clock. 5. Jordan shooting on the run. He has 17. And a near steal. Saved by Hawkins to Brooks. Back to Hawkins. And it's blocked by Jordan. They're calling the foul on him. Jordan is ubiquitous tonight. That's 2 personals on Michael.
Does that mean he's everywhere?
Exactly. That Illinois State education is coming through once again, Douglas. 50-40, the Bulls leading.
The Sixers and the Bulls will continue from the stadium in Chicago in a moment. Hello again, I'm Craig Sager. Joining me at halftime, former Atlanta coach Mike Fratello. He'll share his thoughts on the game so far, and we'll look ahead to this week's playoff schedule. We'll also talk to New York Knicks coach Stu Jackson and Charles Oakley on the eve of their game against the Detroit Pistons. But now back to Bob Neal and Doug Collins.
Where it's 50-40 Chicago with 2:56 to go in the first half. And Michael Jordan, we were talking about the ubiquity of Jordan.
Well, he almost gets the steal, and then he comes back and gets a piece of it, ruling Michael got him on the wrist. Michael not very happy with that foul. Hersey Hawkins at the line, and in the ball game, Philadelphia 10 for 13 from the free throw line. Chicago 2 for 3 as Hersey Hawkins steps up and misses. Now, see, when you play Michael Jordan, you know, all these little things come into play here as we see Charles Davis. In the series against Cleveland, Hersey Hawkins shot 29 for 31 from the foul line for a cool 93%. Here he steps up and missed his first one. So just the presence of Michael Jordan wears on you mentally all game long.
Hawkins gets 1 out of 2 from the line that time. 2 of 5 from the floor in this game. Only 4 points. 9-point Bulls lead. Paxson back in there for Chicago, along with Charles Davis. We saw him a moment ago. Well, they've got Jordan down low with Hawkins, but Barkley's dropping in on him. 5 on the shot clock for Cartwright. Now 3, now 2. The rebound corralled by Paxson. Kicks it to Davis, who's open from the baseline. Barkley has 8 rebounds.
Let's see what Philadelphia gets going here. They've got the opportunity to get to the foul line. If they get something going to the basket, rather than, you know, settle for that outside shot, they can get themselves right back in it here.
Hersey Hawkins off the screen, doesn't get it to drop.
Let's watch Hersey Hawkins. This is everyone's nightmare, chasing Michael Jordan all night long. You see him, he's going to try to get in the post. Michael Jordan not only quick, but deceptively strong. You see him locked in the post there, wanting the ball. Good Philadelphia defense.
Sixers could cut it to 7 with 2 minutes to go in the period.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Hawkins having problems. What do? You go to the zone buster, Charles Barkley. That was only Barkley's 2nd offensive rebound, by the way, which is part of the story of this game as the Bulls lead by 7. Paxson over Hawkins. Hawkins got a little bit of hand up in that shot. Here's Dawkins. He's going to take it strong to the basket.
5-point ball game right now. Chicago missing that outside shot. They were very hot early. They shot 56% in the first quarter. In this period, they're down now shooting the basketball. They're not getting to the free throw line. As a result, Philadelphia has got right back in this ball game.
And we have a 20-second timeout, and Johnny Dawkins shows you his blinding speed.
Well, you know, Michael Jordan would normally go for this block. You see him right there. He's scoping him out, but he realizes he has 2 fouls, so he lays off of that one rather than pick up his 3rd one with 1:15 to go in the half.
Chicago only shooting 36% this period. You were talking about their shooting being off. Only 8 of 22 shots. They're getting the opportunities.
They're all on the perimeter, though. Right now, everything is outside. Be interesting to see if Phil Jackson maybe gets something inside this time. Post up Michael Jordan. He really hurt this Philadelphia team in the post early in the first quarter with Hersey Hawkins.
By the way, we have 2 of the best coaches in the NBA working on our telecast tonight. Doug Collins and Mike Fratello, who's in the studio with Craig Sager.
One of us is still crazy, though. One of us is still coaching.
Yeah, raise your hand, Mike. 1:11 to go, first half. Jordan open for the jumper past Hawkins. He misses it again, and Chicago's 8 of 23 in this quarter. Minute to go in the quarter, and the Sixers could cut this Chicago lead that was as big as 12 down to 3 or better.
You got Jaminsky against Charles Davis, and Charles trying to root him off the block with the foul. Again, the importance of free throws in this period, it has kept Philadelphia alive in this game here early in the first half.
And since the Bulls are in the penalty, Jaminsky will go to the line. Good free throw shooter. It's tough, is it not, to hold the big early lead? It seems as if every time we see that happen, it's great to have the 12 or 15, but if it's in the first 10 minutes of a ball game, it's a problem sometimes.
Bob, this game is a game of emotional surges, and we knew that Chicago was going to come out with a home crowd and be excited and play well early. Here's the free throw story. 12 for 16, 2 for 3, and Mike Jaminsky now with a second shot. but it's so true. If you can weather that early storm that a team throws at you, that early emotion, and then settle down into a rhythm, that's what Philadelphia started to do. It's become a half-court game, Chicago's best in the open floor.
This is the closest since the score was 5-2 with 43 seconds to go in the half.
Now, I like this. Michael in the post, he'll get to the line and he'll get a score here.